Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mr. Cantor, and this is Mr. Cantor's Misconception Guide. Now, today we're going to be starting with Explore Part B. So, remember, today we're going to be looking at examples that are wrong, done by students, and our job is to figure out why they made their mistakes or what is wrong with their work. So, here's our first question. Before we jump into looking at student work, what I want you to do is to look at this question, try it out for yourself. That way, you are prepared to compare your answer with the students that I'm going to share with you momentarily. So go ahead, please pause this video, take a look at what is presented to you, take a look at the question, see if you can do it on your own. All right, welcome back. Now that you've had an opportunity to try this on your own, let's do it together. Now, they're asking you to find the mean height of your class in centimeters. So we have a table here that has so much information about female heights and male heights. And this is all done in centimeters. So let's see what our first student has for us here today. And they noticed that 160 pops up multiple times, specifically 4 times. Let's see how that affects their answer. They said the mean is 160 because it appears the most. So what I want you to do is to please pause the video, think about what this student is saying, and ask yourself, is this the correct answer or is this wrong? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is wrong, then you are correct. This student made a mistake in the sense that they confused the mean with something else. What do you think they calculated instead of the mean? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. If you said instead of calculating the mean, they actually calculated the mode, then you are correct. Now remember, when we're calculating the mode, we are looking for the number that appears the most. And if you check all the numbers that you have here, you will notice that 160 does actually appear 4 times, and that is the most a number repeats. There are some numbers here that appear 3 times, 2 times, but the one that repeats the most is 160 because it pops up 4 times. So in this example, we can see that the student did not find the mean. They actually found the mode. All right, with that said, let's move on to our next example. The next example reads, find the median height in centimeters. Show your reasoning. Okay, so the next one talks about median. So let's see what we have here. This student said the median is 163. Because since there are 36 numbers, the middle numbers are 18 and 19. And in this case, the 18th and 19th number is 163. So what do you think about that? Please pause the video and let me know. All right, welcome back. If you said this student is wrong, then you are correct. Now, this student's big crucial mistake is to get the answer that they got. They had to find the 2 middle numbers based on the data the way it is currently. And if we look at the way the data is currently, we notice that we start at 159 and we end at 160. That does seem like we're starting with the least and we're moving our way to the greatest. However, we can see that we're starting at 159. Very quickly, we get to 162. Then we drop down to 160. Then it looks like we climb all the way to 178. Then we drop to 173. Then we drop to 164. Then we go back up to 185. And because of these constant fluctuations in these numbers, we know that these numbers are now organized from least to greatest. And you have to remember that when finding the median, you absolutely need to organize your numbers from least to greatest, or you're not going to find the median. You're simply just going to find the 2 numbers that are in the middle of your data set. And they're not the median, they're just 2 numbers in the middle of your data set. All right. So with that said, now that we know that both these students are wrong and we know why they are wrong, let's go look at some more examples. Now, over here, we have a fresh start, and I'm going to share with you what this student said for number 1. They said the mean is 34 because if we subtract 185 minus 151, we get 34. Please pause the video. What do you think about this student's response? All right, welcome back. If you said this student is wrong, then you are correct once again. So believe it or not, when you subtract 185 minus 151, you will get 34. And those numbers are very, very specific. Can you pause the video and let me know, what are those numbers? All right, welcome back. If you said 185 is the maximum number out of all this data, you are correct. And if you said 151 is the lowest value in this data set, then you are also correct. So this student took the maximum value, and from it, they subtracted the lowest value. What do you think they calculated? Was this the mean or was this something else? Please pause the video and let me know what you think. All right, welcome back. If you said this student, instead of calculating the mean, actually ended up calculating something called the range, then you are correct. So that is the reason why the student is not correct in responding to this question. They never found the mean. They just found the range. Okay, let's move on. I have another student here for you that said the following. They said the mean is 168.2 because if we add all the values, we get 6,056. And if we divide that by 36, because there are 36 numbers, we will get 168.2. In other words, we have 168 and 2/10. So pause the video. What do you think about this student? All right, welcome back. If you said the student's answer is correct, then you are correct. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are trying to find the mean, your job is to simply take all the numbers in your data and add all of it. Once you add up all your data, you will find out how much total you have. And that total, we have to take it and divide it by how many numbers you added. And in this case, we have 36 data points. So if we take our sum, which is 6,056, and divide it by all our data points, which was 36, you will actually get 168.2. And so therefore, the mean, the actual mean of all the heights in centimeters from this class is 168.2. In other words, we have 168 and 2/10. Good job. If you said this student is correct and this is the answer that you got, you're doing really good. Good work. Now, let's move on to the next question. It says, find the median height in centimeters. Show your reasoning. Okay, so this question is going to take some time. So what I want you to do is to pause this video, try this one on your own, and whenever you're ready, unpause the video, and then we will do it together. All right, welcome back. So, as we said earlier, when finding the median, you absolutely need to take your numbers and organize them from least to greatest. So right here in front of you, I have all the numbers organized from least to greatest. If you want to pause the video so you can check your least to greatest list with our list, that is highly encouraged. So go ahead, check to see, do you have all 36 numbers just like I have, organized from least to greatest? All right, now that you were able to check your numbers with our numbers, let's go ahead and find a median. Now there's a lot of techniques you can use to find the median. You can simply count how many numbers you have and figure out what would half be and find those two values in the middle. Or you could do it manually by starting at the top and bottom and simultaneously moving your way to the middle. And that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to actually cover one number at a time, one from the top, one from the bottom. And we're going to keep doing this until we slowly work our way to the middle. And this is going to help us identify what in fact is the middle number, what in fact is the median. All right, so let's get started. So we're covering up 185, so we're going to cover up 151. We're covering up 185, so we're going to cover up 153, and so on. And we're going to keep going. And you're going to notice we're taking one from the top, one from the bottom, one from the top, one from the bottom. We're going to keep that rhythm going. And slowly but surely, we will reach to the middle, and we will have the exact two numbers or one number that's left, which is the middle number. Now, in this case, we notice that we did start with 36 data points, which means we have an even amount of numbers. So if we keep crossing out or covering a number up top and one number on the bottom and working our way to the middle, eventually we're going to notice that we're still going to have two numbers left. In this situation, you have to remember that in order for you to find the median of those two numbers, there's a process you have to follow. Please pause the video and let me know, what is that process that you need to follow to actually find the median when you have two numbers left in the middle? All right, welcome back. If you said you need to add both of those numbers up and divide by 2, because essentially you're finding the average of both of those numbers, then you are correct. And if we do add 167 plus 168, you're going to notice that we actually get 335. Now remember, we said you have to also take that number and divide it by 2. When you divide 335 by 2, you actually get 167.5, which in other words is 167 and 5/10, which makes sense. Because in between 167 and 168, they're already one number apart. So which means the only thing in the middle of them would be a half. So 167.5 makes perfect sense that is directly in between 167 and 168. All right. So with that said, that is the correct answer to this question. All right, ladies and gentlemen, My name is Mr. Cantor. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care for now.